The following post is a work of fiction created purely for entertainment within the College Football 26 universe. All characters, events, and storylines, including Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt, Frankie the Horn Calderón, and the UTSA Roadrunners and their opponents are fictional and not affiliated with the NCAA, UTSA, or any real institutions. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. My name is Jimmy Pilato. I am your pregame studio host for what is set to be quite the matchup in the opening round of the college football playoff. The number 12 UT San Antonio Roadrunners, undefeated this season, 9-0 in conference championship play, your American Conference champions in football in 2025, are going on the road back into SEC country to take on the SEC runner-up, number 5, Alabama. Saban Field in Bryant-Denny Stadium, Tuscaloosa, Alabama is where this game is going to be taking place. We have gotten word that the UT San Antonio Roadrunners are going to be wearing their blackout uniforms as Alabama elected to wear their whites. Ty Simpson is going to be leading the Crimson Tide on their quest to the quarterfinals. Owen McCown, Robert Henry Jr., and company, along with the Southwest Sac Exchange on defense, going to be looking to lead the way for the Roadrunners of University of Texas San Antonio. This week, Alabama is 9-3. On their season, they have wins over Florida State 48-17, number 19 Missouri 38-24, South Carolina 31-28, and number 15 Auburn 38-10. South Carolina was ranked 10th at the time of that victory for the Crimson Tide. Their losses this season include at number 9 Georgia 52-23, home against Tennessee, number 24 ranked Tennessee 24-17, and home against LSU 33-28. Those two home losses are in Alabama's rivalry series, so you can maybe chalk those performances up to that. Have to kind of throw out the rule books, throw out the record books when those two teams come into effect. But I think it's worthy of note. Tuscaloosa has been a house of horrors for Alabama, just as much as it's been a house of horrors for every other team in college football this season. And I think that this team, with the mindset, the mentality, if they're able to harness it, if they're able to take it into this first round of the playoffs, we might see the hottest team in this playoff bracket coming out of San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo City, behind Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt, Owen McCown at quarterback, Robert Henry Jr. at running back, Devin McEwen, the Southwest Sac Exchange, Kendrick Blackshire, Shad Banks Jr., the list goes on and on. We are going to send it out to Tuscaloosa, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, with Frankie, the Horn Calderón, the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel, and 94.3 The Bird. We will be back with you live after the game for some studio recap.
It is the second time in history that the Division I landscape in college football is set into a 12-team bracket. It is the first time in college football history that that bracket will be featuring the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners in their all-black blackout uniforms with the white helmets, taking on the storied Alabama Crimson Tide program this season, ranked number 5. The Roadrunners come in to this matchup ranked number 12. It is the first round matchup of the weekend, getting set to take place from Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Frankie the Horn Calderón here on the call with you on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Jimmy Pilato did a great job setting up this contest. Ty Simpson, the Crimson Tide offense, Jam Miller, Coach Kalen DeBoer, looking to move on to the quarterfinals in what seems to be a stepping stone. If you talk to anybody here in Alabama, they will tell you that there is no shot that the Roadrunners walk away victorious in this one. If you talk to anybody on the opposing sideline, it is a very different sentiment. They wore black because it means all business. They are saving their blues for later on. Alabama elected to go with their all whites and the crimson helmets underneath the skylights. Western Alabama is the setting, and we are set for playoff football. Very excited to be kicking things off here postseason on the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Rise of the Roadrunners series. Mekhi Anderson will return this opening kickoff from the 1-yard line. Makes a nice juke move there at the 20-yard line, and it gets him an extra 5 yards on the kick return out to the 25, and that is where this Roadrunners offense will set up. It is the first time the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners will be invading SEC territory since week 1, where they took down the Texas A&M Aggies by a score of 40-3. Opening handoff here out of the shotgun goes to Henry, and he's going to get forward for a gain of 2 yards on the play. Look for the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners to go with the run early and try and take the crowd out of this game. Crimson Tide faithful making it difficult on the offense. That pass goes to Devin McEwen on the right side. Juke move on the corner there, and he's able to get it out to the 36-yard line. 39, excuse me. First down and 10, Roadrunners. McCown, lefty quarterback with 2 tight ends to his right side. Henry Jr., handoff. Fighting through blocks, fighting through tacklers. Gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. From the Roadrunner 45, Houston Thomas goes in motion to the left. Out of the shotgun, looks like an RPO. McEwen gets the screen. He's going to get first down yardage, but the ball is loose. The Crimson Tide scoop it up. Nobody in front of him at the 30, the 25, 20, 15, and he's dragged down. David Amador II saved a scoop and score touchdown, but what a huge play. Turnover belt exchanged. The Crimson Tide making their presence felt at home. Zabian Brown, number 2, with the strip on the play. Bray Hubbard on the return back to the Roadrunner 15. Tough situation to put your defense in here early on in this one. This is back-to-back weeks that we've seen the Roadrunner offense make critical turnovers on the first drive of the game. Jam Miller gets the opening handoff here for the Crimson Tide offense. He is going to get stopped up in the backfield for a loss of 4. Spread formation, double twins to both sides here. Right hash mark for Ty Simpson, number 15 in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Jam Miller, trying to get the right edge. Good play there by number 31, Vic Shaw. Gain of 3, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. And the defense might be able to bail out that turnover from McEwen on the opening series. Simpson in the gun, throws. Oh, it's picked off to the end zone. Looks like he's going to try and take it out here. Might not be the best decision. And it's only going to be a 3-yard return, so we get a turnover on the play. That at least saves points off the board. Simpson didn't see the double coverage there in the end zone. UTSA showed blitz, and they were able to confuse the senior quarterback. Now McCown standing in his own end zone in the pistol. Henry, too, is behind here. Gets the handoff going to the right side, makes a tackle miss at the 5, and he's able to get it out to the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 2 upcoming for the Roadrunners. Play action fake here. McCown not finding anything he likes, so he takes off straight up the middle of the field. Crimson Tide caught in man coverage, and the junior quarterback will scoot forward. 1st down and 10, all the way out to the 27 after the 16-yard carry. 2 receivers stacked to both sides here. Spread formation. RPO game, going to go with the screen. Back to McEwen after that fumble on the opening series. Spin move into the open field along the sidelines, 50, 45, all the way down to the Crimson Tide 42. What a play from the team captain, making up for that early mistake. A drive that started at the 3-yard line is all the way out to the opposing 42, and this Roadrunner offense seeking its first points of the contest. 0-0 our score here on 94.3 The Bird. McCown out of the shotgun, fires to his tight end, Houston Thomas. Big completion over the middle. McCown quietly going 4 for 4 on his first 4 passing attempts, 66 yards, and leading this offense down the field. Amador, the recipient of that one. Juke move at the 10, down inside the 5. Nice play from the Roadrunners. This first red zone trip of the playoffs for the Roadrunners brought to you by the Far End of the Bench podcast. Make sure you check them out every Thursday with Jimmy Pilato and Nico Bryant. All podcasting platforms, this YouTube channel as well. Wildcat formation, Henry Jr. in the backfield. Oh, jet sweep play goes to Henry Jr. He breaks the tackle, breaks 2 more in the backfield. Oh my goodness, touchdown Roadrunners. The transfer portal rumors are getting insane. here in San Antonio, but right now you're seeing a lot of seniors with their first chance at postseason glory, and they are trying to make the most of it. What an effort from John Henry Jr. 7-0 the score following the extra point. The Roadrunners walk into SEC territory and take over your trap. Chambers on the kickoff. This one is going to land at the goal line, so the Crimson Tide will have a chance at a return. Only out to the 13-yard line, so special teams still coming up huge for the Roadrunners. Simpson now going from one end of the field to the other. Last drive started at the +15. This one starting at the -18. RPO play goes to Jan Miller along the right edge. He's going to get forward for a gain of 3. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here, and the Crimson Tide looking to answer a Roadrunner touchdown. Simpson throwing, has a little bit of time and finds a tight end. It's going to be enough for a first down, but Miller, Jan Miller, the running back, transfer out of Michigan, is going to go down with an injury here, holding his ribs. Juan Cuervas, the tight end, on the recipient of the catch that last play. Simpson with the running back to his right. Handoff goes up the middle. It will go for a gain of 2. That's Dre Washington, number 20. Trips lined up to the left side of the formation here. Simpson with Washington in the backfield. Going to go for a handoff up the middle, and this one snuffed out by Kendrick Blackshire, his first tackle for loss of the day. That's going to leave it at 3rd down and 8 upcoming. Bama looking to throw. Simpson under pressure. He's going to be dropped for the first time of the day. Number 31, Vic Shaw, opens up the Southwest Sack Exchange, and the most explosive and dynamic defensive line gets to the quarterback. Absolutely pummeled the right tackle on that last play. That's going to bring up 4th down and 16, and the Roadrunners are going to get the ball back with just under a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Anderson gets a good return up the Roadrunners sideline in the plus territory out to the 44. Pistol formation for the Roadrunners. Henry Jr. going to get the handoff here, going right side. Breaks into a lot of open space. He gets about 15 yards before he's met by the safety in the hole. First down on the last play. 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation, double receivers to the left. McCown out of the gun, throws to his tight end Thomas, complete over the middle. That's going to bring up 1st and goal coming from the 9-yard line. Once again, Red Zone trips this week for the playoffs, brought to you by the Far End of the Bench podcast. Make sure you follow at FEOTB Pod and bookmark FEOTBpod.org for all of the content written and otherwise. Handoff for Henry Jr. out of the pistol formation. Oh my goodness, touchdown Roadrunners! In the first playoff performance of this institution's history, the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners out to a 13-0 lead in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, of all places. A lot was said about how this defensive line was going to shut down the running game of the Roadrunners. Right now, they've gone down the field passing. That one, last drive, scoring drive of 97 yards. Oh! Tyan Milton with the big tackle. Adams upended at his own 15-yard line. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide with 12 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Jan Miller still on the sideline due to injury. Simpson's going to go with a screen play off the RPO action. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Dre Washington back into the backfield. We got a spread formation, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with no play. Tide faithful trying to stand behind their boys here at Saban Field. Little quick team comparison, 111 passing yards from McCown, 58 yards on the ground from the Roadrunners. 14-point lead to show for it. The winner of this matchup will go on to face the 4 seed Texas Tech, the Big 12 champion, in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Here we go, underway here in the second quarter. Simpson going to keep it on the quarterback run. And I bet you he wish he pitched it on that one as Blackshire cut him in half. Gain of 2, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Simple spread formation once again. Nickel personnel on the field for the Roadrunners. Pass complete, but only good for a gain of 7 when he needed 8. 4th down and 1, and the Roadrunners are going to get the ball back here with a chance to go up 3 scores before Bama has a chance to catch their breath. Anderson going to call for the fair catch, and this one will be secured at the 34-yard line, and that is where we will see this high-powered, explosive Alamo City offense. In the All Blacks, let's see what they have in store here. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends in the set. Henry Jr. going to the right side, trying to get the edge there, but he's brought down in the backfield. Xavier McKinney will make the stop on that last play. 2nd down and 13. McCown going to the screenplay here. Thomas gets about 8 back on the play, so now it sets up 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. First 3rd down attempt of the day for the Roadrunners. Brian Denny is rocking here as Emery Jr. is going to get the handoff out of the backfield. Enough for the 1st down. Nice play. UTSA is an RPO-based offense, and McCown is a maestro at orchestrating the run-pass option. Play action fake. McCown, happy feet in the pocket, but he has a man wide open. Amador the second makes the catch at about the 23-yard line. What a play. Looked like disaster initially, but McCown able to extend the play in the pocket. Here we are, 1st down and 10 from the 23. Henry Jr. up the heart of the defense. 1st down on the play, but Ben Rios, the All-American, All-Conference center, comes up holding his shoulder. We're going to keep a close eye on that one as he goes to the sideline. Henry Jr. up to 50 yards on the ground with that early touchdown. Roadrunners trying to make it a 3-score lead. Leaves it with their 6th-year senior running back, and he's going to fight forward for a gain of 7 all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 3. They can get the 1st down without converting it into points. And they will go backward on that next play. We're getting word from the sideline that Ben Rios will be out for the remainder of this game with a dislocated shoulder. And that is a tough blow to this offense as we've seen it rear its ugly head on this drive already. As now pass goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Houston Thomas in the back of the end zone. After 2 failed running attempts, with Rios going out on the offensive line, they turn to the air raid attack. And that one left just high enough for Thomas to come down with it. McCown gets his 2nd passing touchdown of the day. And we are getting set for the extra point. That will give the Roadrunners a 21-0 lead here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Eight-play, 65-yard scoring drive. 21-0 the score with 2:45 left to go in the half. Couldn't ask for a better start to this performance out of Coach Clay Merritt and his Roadrunner squad. Chambers will give it back to the Tide. This will only be their 2nd offensive series of the day. Kick return starts at the 5, and he's able to make it back to the 15-yard line. 85 yards ahead of Ty Simpson and this Alabama offense, which is still struggling to get anything going. Jam Miller's still not back on the field, so we will see a rotation of running backs here for the Bama backfield. Simpson's going to leave it with her back, and he is stuffed in the backfield. Blackshire read that one perfectly on the blitz. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. Simpson now looking to throw. Almost intercepted on that one. Shad Banks Jr. nearly had it. It will fall harmlessly to the turf. 3rd down and 12 for the Tide. Simpson with the play action, going to his Crimson Tide sideline. Once again, completion good. Not quite enough for the first down yardage, and that is going to bring up 4th down and 7, and the 3rd punt of the day for this Crimson Tide squad. Anderson from his 38. Gets about what he can, which will be about 10 yards. 48-yard line, and will be where this offense gets set to go from here with 2:11 left to go in the half. 100,000 deep in Bryant-Denny, watching a stunning upset in the making. Henry Jr. out of the backfield, good for 6 yards. McCown up to 158 yards total on the day, bringing us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll see what Merritt and the boys have in store in plus territory, now working the 2-minute drill. Up 3 scores in enemy territory. McCown firing out of the shotgun, goes to Houston Thomas, and he's not able to hang on through contact. Would have been a big play there, but it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 4 now for this Roadrunners offense, looking to convert. Ooh, nice pass goes to McEwen. Finds a lot of open space and a couple blocks. Good blocking in the open field from DeCorian Clark and Amador II. McEwen will get it inside the far end of the bench red zone. 1st and 10 upcoming from the 14. 148 and counting. 2 tight ends in the formation for the Roadrunners. Henry Jr. going to get the handoff here out of the backfield. Bama will call their first timeout, trying to preserve a little bit of clock and see if they can get something on the board before the break. Gain of 5 on the last play. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. 1:40 left to go before halftime. Staring down a 3-score deficit, the Bama defense loses a receiver. Amador will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. The RPO screen works to perfection. McCown read it perfectly. Everybody was sticking with number 20 in the backfield, and he goes to number 18 on the sidelines. A big block from DeCorian Clark, and we have a 4-score lead in Tuscaloosa. The Alamo City, not the only memorable thing happening tonight in this opening round of the playoffs. Once again, winner will move on to play Texas Tech in a neutral site game in the quarterfinals of the college football playoff, but this is the first time that UT San Antonio is here. And what a moment for this program. Whether or not it holds, this is a huge moment and a testament to the rest of the country that they can play with anybody. Kickoff will land at about the 6-yard line here. Bama is going to set up shop at the 19 following that return. UT San Antonio special teams doing what they can, make sure that the offense starts with as bad a field position as possible. Outside of that first fumble on the opening drive, Bama has been in negative territory almost all day. Washington goes in motion to his right side on the shuffle. Simpson, finds his tight end there. Lots of space in front of him. Milton in man coverage just lost him. Big gain for the Crimson Tide offense, and now let's see if Kalen DeBoer might be able to put something on the board before halftime. 1:22 and counting. Simpson in the hurry up, tries to go to his tight end again. That one will fall incomplete. McCown now with 55 touchdowns on the season. This UT San Antonio offense, the most explosive in the country, and they are showing why today. Defense, no slouch either. Simpson on the play action fake, rolling, now scrambles, finds open space, and he's going to get first down yardage, but absolutely demolished in the open field. Shad Banks Jr. makes sure he thinks twice about going on the scramble moving forward. Clock still moving here, 1st down and 10. And now he's going to go down in the backfield. Bama's going to call a timeout. Did not get to see the number on that play, but huge sack there from the Southwest Sack Exchange following 2 big momentum plays from Bama. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Simpson under pressure. He's going to try and escape and dives forward. Banks made sure that he does not want to get caught in the open field. 50 seconds and counting, 3rd down and 15. Let's see what Bama has in store. Simpson. Oh, he should have kept that one. Picked off in the open field. Juke move now. Oh. Returned back to the 35. Simpson, if he would have tried to get the 1st down with his feet, it would have at least been enough to just punt it away. Instead, he turns it over. Oh, it's just going from bad to worse. The crowd is as stunned as I am. Caden Meyer, number 28, stays true to his zone. It looked like Simpson was attempting to run for a second and then flipped it out to the sidelines. UT San Antonio trying to take advantage and go up 35 by halftime. Check down goes to Henry Jr., and he's going to have enough for the 1st down yardage. 208 yards on the day so far for McCown with 2 touchdowns. 33 seconds left to go in the half. From the 25, McCown going to throw again. This time, wide open receiver, DeCorian Clark, number 38, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. DeCorian Clark has aspirations to play beyond the college football field. In his first postseason action in the playoffs, he is making his presence felt. Had a huge block on the Amador screen, and now he gets his touchdown of his own after the defensive play. 2 turnovers in the game, 1 by each side. Bama unable to come away with points following their big fumble recovery. And that interception on the last series now basically almost puts this one out of reach. You can never count out an Alabama offense, but Kalen DeBoer has not been able to find any success going up against this Southwest Sack Exchange. Running play on 1st down, and it's going to be dropped in the backfield. Vic Shaw, 3rd tackle for loss on the day, already with a sack as well to his name. The big outside linebacker, a huge presence off the edge. This will be the last play of the half, and it's going to end in a sack. Ty Leonard, number 99, able to get into the backfield, and he's going to take down Ty Simpson to end the 1st half. Ladies and gentlemen, I had confidence. I did not have this much confidence in what we are seeing, especially after a fumble on the first series. UT San Antonio battles back, and now with a 35-0 lead. Houston Thomas with a touchdown in the 1st half. McCown with 3 passing touchdowns. Robert Henry Jr. getting into the mix. The defense making plays when they have to. Big stops on 3rd down, minus a few big plays. Alabama started their first drive at the +15, and that drive ended with an interception in the end zone. So everything that the underdog has to do to get the upset on the road has been done. Can you continue to do so here as we open up the 2nd half? UT San Antonio kicking off to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium here on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. We are very happy to have you with us in this opening round of playoff action. Simpson still getting the game at quarterback. He's going to have an empty set on the field. Oh, another big sack on the play. It's how the 1st half ended. It's how the 2nd half starts. Number 99, Ty Leonard, making a living in the backfield. Cameron Blaylock also added a little bit of pressure. He will be credited with half a sack. The Southwest Sack Exchange defensive line has 3 separate members with 16 or more sacks. Simpson throwing on 2nd down, and pass is going to be complete for a gain of 11, and that will bring up 3rd down and 7. That brings Simpson's passing total on the day up to 50 yards. This is a guy that averages over 300. Crimson Tide 9-3, runners up in the SEC Conference. That one complete. And it'll be good enough for a first down. So the Crimson Tide trying to get something cooking here and see if they can bite into this lead and make a miracle happen. Oh, Leonard got by the tackle again. Number 74. Getting absolutely obliterated on the left edge. That's 3 separate sacks, 2 sacks by Ty Leonard. It's incredible what a pass rush can do to a powerful offense. Jam Miller now back into the game. Good sign for the Crimson Tide if they are destined to make this comeback. 2nd down and 14. Miller going to get to the screen set up for him. He's run down by Owen Peewee, number 13. Huge tackle for loss of 5, and now 3rd down and 19. Miller going to check out of the game once again. Washington on the play action fake. Oh, and Leonard absolutely smacked Ty Simpson as he was trying to release that one. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 19, so the punter on once again. This is the 5th punt of the day. Anderson from his own 40 gets across midfield, will be brought down at the 46-yard line. McCown looking to throw on the opening play here on offense. Goes to Jacorian Clark, who has 1 touchdown on the day, and he will get enough for the first down. Gain of 14. Offense will be set up with 1st down and 10 at the 34. Henry Jr. into the open field. Finally met right at the line to gain, and he's going to get knocked back a couple yards there by Xavier McKinney. 2nd down and 2 upcoming for the Roadrunners offense. Henry Jr. once again. Lots of space into the Bama secondary. Number 10, Justin Jefferson for the Crimson Tide is going to be down with an injury. The upset is brewing. The clock will stop. If the deficit gets to 6 touchdowns, I believe this one can be safely in the bag. Henry Jr. up the middle of the Alabama defense. Brings his yardage total up to 91 yards on 13 carries. Huge day for the guard dog and cleats out of the backfield. McCown out of the pistol formation. Handoff Henry Jr. Touchdown. Roadrunners beat the right defensive end on that last play. Number 88, Houston Thomas, with a huge block on the edge. Seals it. Dishman on the backside, making sure nobody got home. With 2:27 left to go in the 3rd quarter, we're going to start seeing a lot of people head to the exits, as this one is all but over. Henry Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the day. Chambers will add his 6th extra point, and that will be good enough to move this one to 42-0 in the 3rd quarter. Texas Tech is going to have to do a lot of studying. I can almost guarantee you that they were preparing for Alabama following this week, as the kickoff return only brought out to the 13. But if you pay attention to trends last year in the college football playoff, the bye week was almost an Achilles heel, so both of these teams should have had a lot of confidence. Bama should have had a ton of confidence, and I think they did, as Shad Banks Jr. absolutely levels the receiver on that last play. UT San Antonio has not been touched in this season. The closest game they've had is on the road in Colorado in Fort Collins at Colorado State. It's Ty Leonard with his 4th tackle for loss. Now we're seeing the absolute domination of what this defense is capable of. Alabama averages at least 28 points a game, and right now they're sitting at 0 through 3 3/4 quarters. Say that 3 times fast. Punt return set up at the 38-yard line. Going to get out past midfield, and the tackle will be made right in front of Coach DeBoer. Dejon Lee Jr. on the stop. McCown with 2 touchdowns already in this one. He's going to go to Amador. And they will almost convert a first down on their first play from scrimmage. Gain of 10, but it's going to be second down in inches. Pistol formation now for the Roadrunners. They're going to jam this one forward. Henry Jr. breaks the tackle along the line of scrimmage. Gets a few extra yards, and that will be good enough for a first down with under a minute and counting in the third quarter. Roadrunners switching their tempo now, trying to milk the clock as long as they can. Henry Jr. gets the handoff out of the shotgun formation. He'll fight forward for a gain of 2, but that one not quite as successful as they have been so far this game. McCown surveys, fires. It is caught by Amador, who has his 5th catch of the contest, and his yardage total is sitting at an even 100, bringing us to the end of the third quarter. What a play. What a statement. The orange and blue has invaded, and the Crimson Tide is retreating deep into the depths of Rocket Country. Find the screenshots, post them in the comments. How many people said roll Tide before this one? I guarantee you they weren't expecting a 6-score deficit to be staring at the Alabama Crimson Tide in the face. Screen pass on the RPO. Amador II will have his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Big score from the Roadrunners, 48-0. They cannot be stopped. If Texas Tech can't figure out this defense, they have no shot. And then we're staring at the first ever semifinal appearance for this program. I know I sound like a homer at this point, but what have you seen from this team this season? Absolute and total domination, domination, domination. Into the fourth quarter, we're going to get a new set of players in for the Crimson Tide. I believe that UT San Antonio is going to keep all of their starters in for this one, trying to make sure nothing happens in this, what is affectionately known as garbage time. Down 49-0. Let's see what the backups have for the Tide. Running back goes in motion on the first play from scrimmage. Oh my goodness! Broken tackle in the open field. That's a lot of speed down the center. Across the SEC logo at the 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Oh my goodness, they should have swapped the starters earlier. Jalen Mbakwe from 82 yards out makes one man miss in the open field and streaks up the hash marks. If they would have made the switch sooner, what would have been? Oh, and the extra point is blocked by the Roadrunners. Similar to what we saw in the opening weekend in College Station, as Willie McCoy, now we're getting word, is going to be down for the rest of the game with an injury. Touchdown from the Aggies and a blocked extra point. Now touchdown from the Crimson Tide and a blocked extra point. Not good look on the defense. But now let's see what the offense does, as I'm sure they have a little bit of extra motivation to put another one in the end zone following that last series. Let's see if they can score with this high-powered SEC offense. 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation. Double twin set up to the left. Running out of time on the play clock here. Play action fake goes deep to McEwen. Oh, it makes a man miss. It's going to be a 1-score walk-off touchdown. McEwen into the open field. Roadrunners will push it out to a 50-burger. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. The Tide faithful have absolutely no idea what walked into their stadium tonight. If they had known, they probably would have kept the gates locked. and just said, you guys move on, you go to Lubbock, you play that neutral site game against the Red Raiders because we don't want to be embarrassed like this into what is supposed to be an inferior program. The American Conference champion, seen as the inferior program, the undefeated team, the team that handled business in every single matchup that was put in front of them, had to handle the disrespect from the national media, and I cannot wait to see what Paul Feinbaum says about this one. Kickoff return here goes past the 10, out to the 13. It was a one-play touchdown for the Tide on the last one. Let's see if they're able to repeat here, back-to-back series. 56-6 the score with 3:47 and counting. Washington will get the handoff, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Shad Banks Jr. with his third tackle of the day. Second down and 11 upcoming. From the 12, shotgun pass formation. Had a man open, but it is caught and dropped. Russell trying to make it 2 for 2 and 2 scores. Unable to convert. Now it's going to be third down and 11 with 3:32 left to play. Rolling, and Russell is dropped at the 3-yard line. Big sack there from the Southwest Sack Exchange. Vic Shaw, his second of the day. 31 has been all over the field, making the Crimson Tide offense life absolute hell. 4th and 21, the punt will land at the 50. Anderson trying to set his offense up with a short field and make this one a real laugher and try and announce their presence with authority and what they have. It'll be brought back to the 24. So real good chance here for the Roadrunners to really add insult to injury. Henry, juke move into the open field at the 20. 15-5, breaks the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Heisman, 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 Heisman. We will get the official announcements in the upcoming weeks. Make sure you bookmark feotbpod.org. That is where all the updates will come out. Robert Henry Jr., a finalist for the Heisman Trophy Award in New York. 3 touchdowns in the opening round of the playoffs. First ever playoff game in your school's history. You are proving to a lot of NFL owners right now that you are somebody you can build a franchise around. Returner only able to bring it to the 16. The Tide will take over on offense. Russell still in at quarterback. Handoff trying to go to the right edge. Vic Shaw, 6th tackle for loss on the day. It's going to be a loss of 4. It's going to bring up second down and 14 from the 12-yard line. Tide faithful have gone absolutely silent. The small contingent of orange and blue trying to make some noise here on second down and 14. Handoff up the middle goes to Washington, and he gets a nice gain. Dre Washington brings his yardage total up to the day of 8 after being stopped in the backfield so many times. But it's going to be a third down and 6, and this offense has been dreadful on the money downs. Russell looking to throw. Pressure coming from the linebackers. That's number 17, Shad Banks Jr. on the sack. That'll bring up fourth down and 14, and the Roadrunners are going to get the ball back one more time. That's Banks' second sack on the day. Not known as the pass rusher out of the linebacker tandem, but this 2 tandems of linebackers, Kendrick Blackshire, Shad Banks Jr., both seniors, both have the possibility to be playing on Sundays next season. Anderson, from his own 50, he's going to bring the ball up about 7 yards out to the 42. ish. So 7.5, 8 yards on the return. 2:05 left to go in the game. We have a trips bunch formation with the tight end same side. We got quads. Halfback swing out of the backfield. Oh, nice spin move by Henry. Turned what would have been a loss into a gain of 8. 2-minute timeout. And now we will get a double stacked formation from the Roadrunners. Handoff goes to Henry, and he's going to get stuffed in the backfield. They could use a few more yards for field goal range, but I don't think that this offense is looking for field goals after this one. Henry gets the handoff on 3rd down and 4, and he will fight forward. 1st down and 10, all the way down to the 28. I believe the Roadrunners are intending for the Alabama Crimson Tide not to get the ball back here as the handoff goes to the left side of the defense. Gain of 6 after a broken tackle. 22 carries, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Henry Jr. on the day. Tight end goes in motion to the right side here. Screen pass set up to Corian Clark. Oh, juke move at the 20. 1st down yardage, under 10 to go. Let's see what Merritt decides to do. The score is 63-6, and they will let the clock run out. The opening playoff victory in program history comes on the road in Tuscaloosa. The upset of all upsets has happened. The University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners, led by Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt, Owen McCown, Robert Henry Jr., will get the victory 63-6 over the number 5 seed Alabama Crimson Tide and move on to play Texas Tech in the quarterfinals. What a moment, what a matchup. We are excited to send it back to the studio. For myself, Frankie the Horn Calderón, and 94.3 The Bird. Thank you for tuning in to Roadrunner Football. We will see you next week.
Oh, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. Man, we went out to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on the number 5 seeded Crimson Tide, the program of the 2000s, 2010s, beginning of the 2020s. Nick Saban has his fingerprints all over that place, and an absolute dog walking in the first ever playoff game taking place in the Roadrunners program. Can't say enough good things about Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt. Owen McCown, 6 passing touchdowns, nearly a 7th. Robert Henry Jr. with 2 touchdowns, rushing out of the backfield, 122 yards on the ground. And the defense, they may not have sacked the quarterback as many times as they normally do, but the running game was non-existent with Jam Miller, All-American transfer out of Michigan, and Ty Simpson was befuddled all day. The only play that they scored on was the backups, first play of the backups, with an broken open field tackle that was able to go the distance. Next week, we will be seeing the number 12 seed Roadrunners move forward to play the number 4 seeded Texas Tech Red Raiders. That will be neutral site. Make sure that you are subscribed to the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and make sure you bookmark feotbpod.org. Check out the podcast with Jimmy and Nico, myself and Nico. Obviously, we put out new episodes every week. We appreciate everybody tuning in. 14 weeks strong, and we have more playoff football coming up, so make sure you continue to tune in here on the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Rise of the Roadrunners, episode 14. We are out.
If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.